Okay, my name is Jessica Biltz, and I'm going to talk about Japanese robotics. So Japan is #1 in the world for robotic technology. They have the most advanced robots and robotic technology. And robots in Japan are often produced by car companies. And with the problem of aging society in Japan becoming more and more serious, robots are being turned to as part of the workforce and also to help take care of the elderly. And Japan also turned to robots during the tsunami and the earthquake, and they're still using them to help recover. So robots in Japanese society are looked at as kind of friendly helpers. This is like the opposite of Western society, where robots are kind of often in movies, they're portrayed as evil, like the enemies of humanity. And people think that Japan probably readily accepts robots due to their Shinto culture, where inanimate and animate objects, the boundary between them is kind of blurred. And due to this, like the idea of talking to a robot or communicating with a robot isn't really creepy, it's more like kind of a cool idea to Japanese people. And Japan uses robots in many different areas. Robots do everything from working in factories to helping take care of the elderly. And in 2005, there were 370,000 robots working in Japanese factories. And since then, the number has risen. And humanoid robots are a special kind of robot, and they actually respond with facial expressions to like words or gestures that people make. So for example, if you say war or a word with a bad connotation, they can make like a scared expression. Then if you say like a word with a good connotation, they can smile or express like a good feeling. And Asimo he's a humanoid robot. He's one of the most advanced ones, and he was created by Honda. He's 4 feet 3 inches tall, and he can work in both offices and homes. And he can do many things. He can walk and run. He can climb stairs. He can push things, carry things. And he's very useful for many different things. And then another famous robot in Japan is Paro, and he is a very advanced interactive robot. He's used kind of as animal therapy in places where you can't bring live animals, like hospitals. He can go and kind of like cheer up the patients and make them happier. And Paro has many features also. He can tell the difference between light and dark. He can recognize when he's being touched. And also, he can respond to his name and other greetings and words such as that. And also, when you pet him, he remembers the action he performed before petting him, and he'll try to repeat that action, and it's the reverse effect if you like hit him or something. Robots are also used to help care for the elderly. And so since the number of elderly people in Japan keeps rising, more and more robots are being used to help care for them. They don't have enough people to care for the elderly. And recently they developed Hasbi Remo, and he acts as an intermediary between the patient and the doctor or the nurse. And Panasonic, the same company that made Hasbi Remo, has also recently updated their hair washing robot. So now it can do the entire process all by itself, like putting the shampoo, rinsing, conditioning, and drying the hair.
1 minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. Also, there's the robotic suit, and that you wear it like a external skeleton, and that can help people walking and make them stronger. And then there's a huge teddy bear and the Reba, and it can help people in and out of beds and in and out of wheelchairs. It can hold up to 61 kilograms. And robots were also helpful with the earthquake and tsunami. They were hunting through rubble and rescuing workers, and they can go into areas where it's too dangerous for humans to go, like if the radiation level is too high. And these are two of the main types of robots that were used. The Quince it has wheels and it can roll over top of the road, and then the active scope camera is kind of a snake shape, and so it can get into really hard to reach areas. So in conclusion, Japan is very advanced in robotic technology, and robots are increasingly becoming part of the workforce, and robots are being used to assist with the elderly and everyday tasks. And they're becoming a growing presence in Japanese society. My references.